So I have one job in life right now, of course, to take care of my grandchildren. I have grandchildren now, but is to prove how my son was murdered. And I have done that. I might die tomorrow. You know, we talk about new investigation. Well, I can't care about a new investigation. I want it. I wish it could happen tomorrow, but I could be dead tomorrow. So it's so important, you know, great people like you that invite me on the show that I can at least express my views. People 100 years from now will know that this is what I had said. And that's so important to me. That's why I just can't get involved in Beck and Hannity.
No, I understand. It just shows how low they are to demonize the emergency workers and support the Republican Party. That's who's mainly doing it, blocking aid, but some Democrats as well, for the emergency workers, and then calling them ambulance chasers. And then the families aren't asking for anything but a new investigation, and they call you scum when you lost. I mean, it's just, it's over the top. I can't believe how...
Well, Alex, governments are like that. I mean, blame the government. It's constantly creating a strategy of tension, and that's worldwide. And there it stops people from focusing on what should be focused on. It's what the whole mosque is all about, or the community center. Everything's about that. We have all these issues. That's why I hate to get involved in that issue.
Okay, so tell us where the ad's going to be airing, and also people can donate on the site to get the ad to air more places.
Well, it's going to go through New York City. You know, of course, that's the place for it, because because we have talked to people of New York City, kind of talked to counselors and, you know, everyone throughout New York City, and hopefully the investigation will be in New York City. This is the whole purpose of it, and they can send it to buildingwhat.org. I think that's where the donations go.
Buildingwhat.org. All right, we're going to come back for about 10 minutes with you guys. You've got the floor on other issues you want to cover, Bob McIlvaine and Manny Badillo. I'm Alex Jones. This is the GCN Radio Network. Our websites are prisonplanet.tv and prisonplanet.com and infowars.com. Building What, like building what? Buildingwhat.org is the website with the ad.
To the Central Texas Command Center.
In the heart of the resistance, you're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Bob McIlvaine, who lost his son on 9/11, and of course, Manny Badillo, who lost his uncle, are with us. And together with other great New Yorkers and victims' family members, they've launched buildingwhat.org. And they're going to have the TV ads running in New York and worldwide on the internet. Get the video, get it out to everyone you know. If you can donate, because resistance is victory, and more people are learning about Building 7, and I believe it's the key to folks then finding out about all the other evidence of inside job. In closing, Bob McIlvaine, Manny Badillo, closing comments from both of you. You've each got about 4 minutes.
Okay, Bobby, I want you to end it. Very simply, the truth saves lives, okay? Once we get to the bottom of what took down that building, we're going to be able to get to the bottom of what's in all the first responders' lungs that are killing them. And science has already proven that there's nanothermitic material in all samples of the debris that's been tested independently. This Building What campaign is uniting a range of different groups. We're talking architects and engineers, political leaders for 9/11 Truth, firefighters for 9/11 Truth, NYC CAN, lawyers for 9/11 Truth. We have a lot of different groups that are coming together to get the word out in order to save lives, change public perception, and get to the bottom of the murder of Uncle Tom, of Bobby, and 3,000 others. And it's vitally important that we do this. This is a campaign that was started last year. Bob spoke with City Council. Then we did a fax and email writing, a call campaign, not only to City Council, but to the District Attorney of Manhattan. And now we're informing, starting the people of New York, starting here in New York, and then we're going to move on to other cities. We've raised, and the website doesn't reflect this yet, close to $24,000 already. And it's about $750 on average to reach about 10,000 viewers. We want to reach millions of viewers. Again, once people see this, it's going to change perception. People will critically think and have more of an open mind. And once we get to the bottom, once we get people going on this and get to the bottom of the murder, we can then save countless lives.
Well said, Bob McIlvaine. Your closing thoughts.
Well, in your advertisement, I heard you say knowledge is power. And Bobby always had a poster, hanging up on his wall, which said knowledge is power. And that's so important. If you have any new listeners that are on, just think of yourself as a parent, and your son was murdered, or your daughter was murdered. And nothing happened. You never had an investigation. Even the commissioners agreed that there was not an investigation, that the investigation was a sham, that the investigation was set up to fail. Now, what are you supposed to think as a parent? Well, the only thing I can do is I have to carry out my own investigation. And I've been doing this every day of my life since 2001. I went to 95% of the commission hearings to listen to General Myers say that we were looking outwards. There's another possibility that 4 planes flew around for 2 hours and we did nothing to intercept them. That's the only conclusion I can come to, is that the government had to be involved in this. And that's where knowledge is power comes in. So many people, and I don't blame family members because it is so difficult to look at, because they don't want to know exactly how their son or daughter died, or their sister or brother. But I've done my legwork, but because I'm not a TV personality, or I'm not a politician, people think, well, I've been told I'm being emotional about it. But as I said before, I truly, truly wish someone anywhere could come and sit down and talk to me and say, I am 100% wrong, and prove to me that I'm wrong. And again, my life would be so much better. But they can't. That's why I won't be on TV. No one wants to talk about it. The only thing they can do on TV and in the media is call your name. That's the best they can do. So what's happening in New York City, the fact that we'll be here, that people, it just doesn't get into the media. People in my support group still don't know about Tower 7. No one knows about Tower 7. So hopefully that will light a light in their minds, but also they will seek out the knowledge, because knowledge is truly power.
It is.
And that's the only way this can happen. And the more we put it out there, the more knowledge people will find.
Buildingwhat.org. Go there, get the ad, give it to everyone you know, email it out, donate. Buildingwhat.org. Bob McIlvaine, Manny Badillo. God bless you both. And we look forward to talking to you in the near future to track the success of this operation you're running for truth. Knowledge is power. God bless you both.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Great Americans standing up for truth and justice, and we're not going to stop. We had Bill Doyle on a few years ago, the head of the biggest victims family group, and he said more than half the members believe the government carried out the attacks, and that he believes it as well. So we've got to get that news out to people.